Good morning,
Good morning,
everybody.
everybody.
Today we are in progress to record important thing that is about communications and types. So when we say communication is not related to a particular aspects of life alone. Wherever we go, we communicate with whatever we are. There's a lot of aspects of communication which is involved on a daily basis where we talk when we go to a traffic, when we move along and see how people are, when we, you know, even when you dry your clothes and the birds come nearby, that's a communication. It's an endless process from whom the last breath. So when it comes to cooperate and communication, if you need a cooperation, you need communication in a certain level. Without a certain level of commitment and communication, nothing will happen, isn't it? So one basic aspect today that you'll see is the difference between the formal and informal communication, or what is the basic difference? Because once tea ties and blazers were considered formal, then they went much more formal. Now it's semi-formal, which has become formal at times. But still, there's a direct distinction between what is casual, what is lazy, what is formal, and what is informal. There are different kinds of gathering. There are not one or two. There are different kind of gatherings in organizations and institutions uh, where all these communications happen. There's a proper channel through which we communicate when it comes to written medium or the verbal medium. So why is it very important to really categorize communication? Because if you look at the WhatsApp, the very language vocabulary has changed in a very big way because people are trying to make how are you into HOW, alphabet R and U. It is not YOU, it is U, an alphabet, a vowel. These kind of communications are used extensively in terms of informal communication. Dot, dot, dot. When you don't know what to say or when you want to add it up, people add it in WhatsApp messages and email messages. So where we go depends on that, how we act, where we go. A company is based on multiple things. It is based on the company's appearance, product, everything. But here, in terms of a PRO, is not just one person; it's a multiple person dealing with various things. So, a formal communication can be a written email, a video in which we speak verbally, and physically you can be seen. A written communication of mail within and outside the institution. So, how these relationships are maintained in these communication aspects are very, very important. In many ways, they determine where we are and how we go and what happens. So, let us see what really happens. Now, before looking at this picture and reading what is there in the slide, I want you to just look at these aspects of the picture, just the body language in which people are there. If you look at the body language, you can see them. They're all first the body, which means the costumes I'm speaking now. They're all completely formal. Tie over and the hairstyles, the facial hair is gone and they're all clean shaved. The women's hair is well combed and she's just there to the extent that anybody can say they're formal. So formal communications have is not only about how you communicate, it's also about how you reach out people in different levels. You can't reach out people in the same level all the time. So that's a certain kind of difference. What kind of difference? It's always there. You can't reach the head of the department immediately without meeting the class advisor or the faculty. You need to go through the hierarchy of the meetings. You need to meet people step by step, one by one, so that we can go to the head. Because if everybody approaches the head, they won't be able to handle it. So your point may be valid, but without meeting the people, you can't take it there. There's an order in which we need to go, there's an order in which we need to move and meet people. So one most important thing about this is the structure of communication, where we need to go one by one. But if you're amateur, immediately you will want to reach the head. That's not the way. That's not the way now, that's not the way any day. So the leaders need to be very clear with that. When you're informal, again, I wanted to have a look at this picture. If you look at the picture, it clearly shows they are in office, but the communication is not bound to be formal, that you can see that because they're casual, they're on their break most probably, whatever Starbucks or cappuccino or coffee days, I don't know. But you can definitely see them, they're very casual. It should be casual, the pictures and the colors. So informal communication is always a communication which is happening without a formal agenda, but still it can happen in between formal people. So this is when we open up and we can hit the balls in different directions without a set of rules, instant rules. It is like people after getting out from the ground, they practice, or sometimes they just kick it in the ground, but not necessarily to the goals. But it is a very important practice. Even in informal communication, we need to be aware of certain aspects of communications, like how you deal with negative arguments, how you handle people who may not be interested, because there are no rules in informal communication. They can listen to you or not listen to you. The better way is to be, you should be attractive and communicate. Otherwise, you can't get people or informal. You can always get people, but informal people are very different. Informal talks are very different. Nobody has an upper hand. Just the attractive speaker has, the attractive content has, and the attractive cannot be something much more than what we can say is